everyone. So I'm doing a video today on Twitch, right? And I told myself that I would not do a video on him unless I specifically got a request for it. So hi E. All right, so let me tell you guys first about what I know with this particular situation surrounding his passing, so that you kind of get an idea of where I'm coming from. Firstly, which is I'm aware of his passing, I'm aware of what they reported, and I'm aware that there are so many people out there that love him very much. They see him and his wife as a light in their own lives, and even their personal experiences with knowing him, what a wonderful person he is. There's nothing good, I mean, nothing but good that people have to say about this person, and I feel like that's really indicative of his spirit. And even behind closed doors, this is exactly who he is, of this person who really seemed to be too good for this world. His energy is very I don't know how I would really say. It's almost like it's difficult to perceive, but all encompassing. It's a lot like dew or mist, in the sense that it's just an essence. It surrounds you and encapsulates every bit of you. Like, you can feel the dew in the air and on your skin, and yet you can't quite grasp it. You can almost see it, but you can't quite grasp it. And I think that really showcases the type of person that he was, in the sense that, again, just too good for this world. It's like he's more of spirit than he was of person in a lot of ways. And so I pulled a couple cards here to kind of give me a framework of how I wanted to discuss this, and it really does kind of become the backbone of what I had picked up on prior to recording this video. So of course I thought about his passing a little bit here and there, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I got here. But the first card that I have here is Blessings, and when you look at this card, it looks like a painting, right? It looks like a little portrait to me. And what that tells me is, first of all, he was very blessed, and he is very blessed. He feels very blessed to have had this life as Twitch, and to curate and create different relationships and familial bonds and children. He's very proud of that, and proud of them, and proud of this experience in general. And when he reflects on this experience as Twitch, he does feel very soft. It's a very soft energy, a very light energy, a very warm. It's like the way it feels to me is like walking into a bakery, and it's like changes the way that you feel. It changes your mood to walk into the bakery, to smell the fresh bread, and just, it's like delicious, this delicious, beautiful, warm, loving, calming, exciting energy. Maybe even France has a significance to him that he's pointing out, because I just see it like a French bakery. That's how it feels to me. But I also see this in the sense that it's like this world was almost a painting to him. It was like, I almost, from his point of view, is I almost could not even be of this world, because I was so much of spirit, that being of this world felt like I was trying to personify a painting, or I was trying to kind of create a life through a painting. You know what I mean? It's like when you look at artwork and you try and recreate that in the world. Yeah. Does that make sense? It's like, it's almost imaginative and almost unreal, because the truth, the reality is so much more enriching. Like the spirit kind of, it almost dissolves the reality of this world. It's kind of jarring in some ways. It's beautiful but jarring, because no matter what, no matter how many times you look at a portrait that's so beautiful and gorgeous, it's not real. It's like you can never make that real. And so there's some sort of feeling about that when it comes to his life here, and kind of that contrast between the purity of his essence and the creative essence of this world, and some of those possibly, if you want to perceive it as impure things. So when it comes to his passing, when I look at it, what I feel is happening in my mind, my mind space, is him, because I can feel my guardian angels. I'm aware of where I'm at, so I can feel my guardian angels, and then I can feel his guardian angels, but I can feel, once again, his essence. And you know, sometimes whenever people have crossed over, they go through all these different processes in order to kind of heal and detach and cope, and all of these different processes. And the way that I feel him is very different, in the sense that like he just is of spirit. And so when I'm looking at what I'm about to tell you, it feels like he's the one who is kind of not forecasting, what is it called, like a reel, you know, he's like he's creating this vision for me, which is a motel room. I'm seeing the color red, like in outside the building. It's like red or yellow, or like some sort of like bright looking color, sharp color like that. And then I go to this room and I can see that something's going on. And basically, like, there are these people that are blocking the door, and they're looking at me, and they're saying not to go further. And I can intuit, and I can like peek, and I can see what's going on, but they're basically telling me to stay out. And so what that's telling me is he's saying, you know, you have spiritual permission, as you could do whatever you want, to proceed, but I am personally asking you to respect this boundary and to stay out of it. And so I'm asking, like, as I step away, I'm asking, is this right? Like, is this okay? Is this what I'm supposed to do? And as I step away, there's energy that is coming out of the room, and then it's telling me something else, which is like, this is what you say, don't say this. Or it's not don't say, like, don't look at this, this is what I want you to know, and this is what I want you to say. And it correlates brilliantly with this voyage card, in the sense that I feel like he is this little baby whale. In the card, it's this big whale being carried by a baby whale, and the baby whale is succumbing to this bigger whale's journey. So what it feels like is he doesn't have control in his life. As he was aware and he was alive, he was not fully in control of his mind, or of, there's something else, right? And I'm aware he suffered from depression, that's what they said, or anxiety, depression, and that's what led to this. But there's some sort of other factor, and I'm not talking about, and I'm not saying I'm using examples because I don't specifically see this, but like, let's say that there were arguments, or let's say that there was some sort of substance abuse. Again, I'm not seeing that, but using that as an example, it's something else beyond those contributing factors. Those contributing factors would mostly be just a symptom of what this core issue is. This core issue that caused depression or caused extramarital issues or problems or whatever that could potentially be there. Not seeing it, but just saying if there's something else that makes him out of control. And so what an example that I feel it could be, because I'm looking and I'm saying, well, could it be like, you know, some conspiracy thing? Like, could it be something like that? Like someone controlling him or whatever? And it feels like that's not really it. I don't know, but they're pulling me closer to it being within his system. So it would be, you know, maybe there was a traumatic physical, like a physical trauma that occurred that is causing some sort of internal damage that creates depression. Or if it's some sort of bacteria infection that he wasn't aware of, like a long-standing bacterial infection that is causing it. It's like something like that. Is how it feels. That's how it comes across, is like something caused the depression that is more out of his control. So even if there were substances or anything like that, that's not it. That would be a contributing factor, or that would be a like a symptom of it. Right? It's like you're depressed, so you cope. That's a coping mechanism. Or, you know, you argue because you're feeling, you know, all of those kinds of things would not be it. I don't know if the family knows this. It kind of feels like they do, or they would, or they could. If there was some sort of autopsy reports or anything like that. I don't know if it would be released into the public, because I don't know how that would benefit, other than other people being aware. I'm not sure. That's how it feels to me, and that's the information that's kind of being highlighted there. And then we have new beginnings, and this is really what I see when I felt his energy. The way that it came across to me is as if there was no pain. There was no pain when he crossed over, but it was as if his immediate soul reaction was to place himself into another dimension, or like another reality. So it's like we're living simultaneous realities in this very moment. And it's as if, like, for example, a way that I could explain this energy would be, you're watching me right now, and then you just suddenly get overcome with sadness and grief. And then there's like these weird like thoughts that are in your head that's like almost deja vu. And then just like, it's like, I just, you know, it's like, you're like, I don't know what that was. My imagination? Am I thinking about a past life? Like, depends on what you believe, right? But it's like, that's weird, you know? So it's like this other life would have absorbed that feeling, but it wasn't fully aware. And it's almost like this protection mechanism, because again, it's as if he was so pure and so good for this world, like his energy, that there was this protection mechanism that carried him straight into this other reality somewhere else, not here, obviously. I don't know. It's like, I've never seen that before, but that's how it feels. And that's not to say, which I'm going to get into. I'll get into it now, because that's how I feel. We don't have to really get into too much detail with that. Diligence is the last card I have. And so that's not to say that he doesn't exist here anymore as Twitch. It's not like his family doesn't feel his energy and all of this, because he is of spirit. We're all of spirit, and you can always and forever feel the presence of your loved ones in a multitude of ways. And so it feels very sacred and very special in the way that they receive his energy, in the way that they share his energy and feel his energy. And while there may be sorrow potentially on his end, I won't necessarily say it that way, because the sorrow would be overcome with this nurturing feeling of, it's almost this feeling like here is like lifting a chin up, like cupping it and chin up, like, I don't want you to continue to, or not continue to grieve, but continuously grieve. I want you to look up. I want you to be able to, the word here is diligence. And you can see it's a bird's eye view, and it's this feeling of saying, I want you to be faithful, fall into faith, like whatever their belief system is to really grasp that and understand that and feel it in a more deep level than they ever have before. And it's as if his spirit is guiding them and teaching them how there is more to this life. There is more to this than this world, and even just sometimes that limited understanding of spirit, right? Like, I'm always forever learning, and this is something completely new that I feel came through for me of what's going on here. And so it's like this, there's always so much to learn. There's always so much to understand. And while it's human nature and to grieve, and that sympathy and empathy that someone has, and that connection and that love, like, that's totally understandable. There's also kind of that understanding of like the way it's coming through is harmony, like harmonics. It's like kind of like the way that like everything kind of plays out. It's like looking the way he's showing me is music, and how like each instrument has a particular tune, and how, you know, and so when you focus on this world, or you focus on this experience, you're focusing on that particular tune. And yet when you look at the bigger picture, you can see the harmony, and you can see like all the different instruments and how they come together, right? And how you are both the individual instruments and the conductor. And there's something there about how that's what he's teaching his family, or that's what he's guiding his family to do as a spirit, which is to really see more, because he's encouraging them to not give in or not give up, and not to kind of be complacent in grief. I think there's a time and place for that, and that will always be forever ingrained in this experience, unfortunately. But in that, you can break through. You can break through the clouds, and you can actually see in a deeper way. You can, it's going to connect them deeper to their spiritual nature because of this experience, this unfortunate experience that they have to endure. And so that's essentially what I see here. Just a lot of love and a lot of appreciation for everybody that surrounds his spirit, and just this energy of carrying forward. Just a lot of love, and he's just bringing me back to the dew, and like a morning dew, and his essence of like I am always here. I will forever be here. There will always be memories of me, and there will always be signs and indications of me being here. It's like you can't escape the morning dew, much like you can't not feel my love or my presence. So that's what I see, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.